Hey there, welcome back to my channel. Today we'll be doing a kitchen. I found this picture on Pinterest and I'd like to fill in the kitchen area. It was blank on the site. I'm going to be starting off in this corner where I'll place the refrigerator. I'm placing a cabinet above it. First, I'm just adding the cabinets before anything else. The space I left for it was 36 inches, but I will be making it lower because I chose a 30-inch refrigerator instead, and I felt that was better for the space since this kitchen is very small. It's going to be L-shaped with a peninsula on the opposite side. I'm moving on to the other wall where I will have the stove. The stove was also supposed to be 36, but given the size of the kitchen, I decided that 30 is a better choice. It will just be more proportional to the space. I have two 15-inch cabinets on both sides, but I will be resizing all of these because I need changes because I saw it in the 3D view and I didn't like it as much anymore. Now onto the sink. I am adding only 3 cabinets on here. It will be these 3 cabinets. The middle one will have the sink and faucet, and you will have an overhand so you can have some stones. Now we're moving on to the upper cabinets. They will be running from beside the refrigerator and all along the wall with the stove. Now I'm placing all the appliances. I went through the entire list and found one that I liked. That one just happened to be smaller than what I had intended, so I had to resize everything. I decided here that I wanted the cabinets to go all the way to the ceiling because why not have more storage? Since it's such a small kitchen, kind of best to make the most use of the space that you have. For the cabinets, I did most of the drawers as they're better for storage in the kitchen. Then about here is where I realized I didn't really want the stove to be centered on the entire wall of the kitchen, the length of the kitchen. I will be resizing this entire area by moving the stove so it's centered on the walkable area of the kitchen. Then I moved on to resizing the entire stove wall. I just had to move the cabinets and pillars around and resized most of them. I ended up deleting one of the cabinets because it just wasn't necessary anymore. And I feel like this looks a whole lot better than what I had before. I even ended up with a little open shelving in the corner that I thought was a good spot to have trinkets and stuff, books and plants maybe, a little pop of color in the kitchen. Now after moving everything around and landing on something I like, I wanted to add a microwave, but I ended up deciding against using one above the stove. I put a countertop microwave, I've never done that before, and added a hood vent above the stove instead. I felt like it looks a whole lot better. Now for the backsplash, I decided that it should just be the same as the cabinet, as that looks more sleek and you omit the grout lines that no one wants to clean. For the cabinet doors, I'm doing a skinnier version of a shaker cabinet, and I'm pairing that with long solid bronze poles that you can't accidentally hook your belt loops on because they're rounded on the edges. Now, after everything looks right with the cabinets, I'm moving on to the colors. I did a smoky walnut wood finish on the cabinets, not too light, not too dark, since it's such a small space. And I did a dark blue countertop that I thought looked really nice with it. Never used this one before. I moved on to adding shelving on the wall next to the sink because I felt like it looked too bare. I almost put artwork on this wall, but I felt like the shelving was a better choice. I moved on to adding the lighting, which is just four recessed lights and two pendants above the peninsula. I went with a very modern and minimal pendant lights so it doesn't take up too much visual space, and went on to add waterfall edges to both sides of the cabinet because I felt like it just finished the space, and this is the result. Here are the renders, and I hope you enjoyed today's video, and I'll see you next time. Bye!